Welcome to Derby. I was born in this city, Lara Croft was born in this city at Core Design, and Retro World, a brand new store exclusive to Derby, has just opened, and today we're going to take a look inside. We're outside, we do what we always do first, and we have a little glance in the window. I often find that the nice, more expensive, luring items are in the window, and I will say there were some jolly good items in here. This was only open 5 days at the time of recording this, so it's very, very new. But if you are familiar with your retro game hunts in the East Midlands in the UK, you'll know Retro World because they used to be open on the Eagle Market, and then they were open on the shit Derby Markets, and now they have this store, and just as I walk through the door there, you get a vibe for the size of the shop. On the left, we have these glass cabinets, which I'm told take a glorious 2.5 hours to put together, just so you know. And then there's some really nice magazines in the back. I personally thought the magazines were a little bit expensive at £10. I've got them for as low as 2 on the Nintendo magazines, and as high as 4. I definitely wouldn't pay £10, and I am an avid Nintendo magazine collector. That being said, this is still a highly recommended shop for you guys to go and visit. And if you want to have a little go on the arcade cabs, you've got plenty of choice. I'm not sure if these are running Pandora's Box. I know my bar top runs Pandora's Box. I'm not quite sure what's running here, but there were lots of games on, right from the likes, as you can see, Space Invaders, up to Streets of Rage 2, and I think it was about 50p to play, and I think that's quite a good idea because the cost of electricity, you know, these shops have got to stay afloat, so 50p, you get a chance to have a little go on the arcade cabs, some drinks. I do see a lot of these kind of wooden panels about, and I see them everywhere, so for me the novelty factor's worn off a bit, but the prices were really good on these, so if you're after some decal for your game rooms, then definitely check these out. So right next to that, we got some kind of toys, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and of course, what would Derby be without a Lara Croft footprint? She was not for sale. I did ask, because otherwise I would have bought her. I did ask, but she was not for sale, and I dare say there'll be a sign on there now saying not for sale, just in case you're wondering. Now we've got a nice little bargain bin with some Famicom and Super Famicom games in. I wasn't in the market for any Famicom, and then some some drinks holders if you feel, I mean, it's barbecue season. You might want to kind of put your Coca-Cola or your water or your Stella in a nice flamingo blow up cup holder. Not much in terms of games here like PS2, Xbox 360, PS3. I do my very best to show you guys everything, and of course I'll leave the juicy bits for later in the episode. And when I say juicy bits, I'm talking some hardcore cartridge based video games. And speaking of, you will see everything that I picked up on this hunt later in the episode. So we actually had some additional Nintendo magazines. This was lower down, wasn't with obviously the rack that you saw earlier. Like I said, I didn't pick any up. I have purchased magazines from Retro World in the past, but I didn't pick up any today. This was really cool. Spoiler alert, I actually picked this up. I thought this would be really, really nice decor for the Lady Loft. That's one of 2 rooms that I have dedicated to my video game collection. We've got the Lady Lounge and the Lady Loft. And coming up very soon, and when I say very soon, probably within the next 6 weeks, you're going to be getting a full and final tour of the Lady Lounge and the Lady Loft. So if you are intrigued to see what my newly purchased house, how it's coming along, what I've done to it, Obviously the loft was converted from an absolute nothing. It was a nothing space. All the joists were replaced, etc. But I have been giving sneaky peeks out to my channel members. Go and if you're a channel member and you've not seen the pictures that I recently put up, go and check it out. If you want to join, click that join button or click the join link from an Android device or desktop for anybody else. It would really help the channel out. So here I am, just having a little peruse through some more PS2 and some PS1 games. I did see an original Xbox game that piqued my interest, but I think it was only £2 and I will go back and pick it up. I don't know why I didn't pick it up. I actually thought I'd already had it, but unfortunately I don't, but it's only £2 nonetheless. Now when you come down to the front of the shop, and this will be on your right hand side as you walk in, we're getting into the big girl games now. You know, we're getting into the really nice stuff, the more expensive stuff. Anything that's behind glass, except for Jet Rider, is very sought after. And again, you do see some wicked games. PS1 stuff, loads of PS1 in. I would highly recommend that game right there, Street Skater. It was a bit of a Tony Hawk rip-off back in the day that basically defied the laws of physics. So you could literally do like triple somersaults mid-air when your skateboard was mid-air. It was very, very odd in terms of its physics, but my brother and I played the heck out of Street Skater. So I'm giving that a little plug. Now we've got a nice GBA, GBC cabinet, a gorgeous white Game Boy Advance. I'm actually very much into my Game Boys at the moment. I really want to get a backlit Super Nintendo or Super Famicom GBA, but I'm really struggling to find one at the right price. I really want to get one. I'd love to get one box. Obviously they're all reshells because they never actually got an official release like the NES GBA SP. But when I get one for a decent price, I think I'm going to take the plunge. But what kind of Game Boys have you got? What kind of variants have you got? Maybe you're just an original Game Boy fan. Please let me know in the comment section. Got a little knick-knack keyring spinny thing here. That's a really technical term. If you're a retro game shop owner, please feel free to use it. I don't require any credit. But I call this kind of stuff stocking fillers. Love all this kind of stuff. PSP, not so much here in terms of like range of anything I would want to buy, but it's not necessarily here for me. We're shopping together, guys. These retro game hunts I do for you more than I do for me, to be absolutely honest, and it's great to see what you would have purchased and how, you know, what your kind of spending habits would be. We're going to get to something called collectors. I think it was Collector's Corner. You'll see it in a second as I pan around where all the lights are, the LED strips there. In that cabinet was where the expensive games are. This is it. See that Yoshi's Island there? That was £350. That was a big box. Came bundled in with a guide. I would have liked that, but for me, £350 was out. It's not worth it to me as a collector. Maybe it's worth it to somebody else. But it was interesting to see this collector's cabinet, and I do a second shot here just to make sure that we've kind of covered everything, and you can see just how nice the games are in there. Now we've got some lovely Sega stuff. Again, this is immediately on your right as you walk in. Model 1 Mega Drive, some really nice titles here, good prices, and I did also actually pick one of these up, so you're gonna have to stay tuned and continue to engage and watch this episode as we continue our prowl on the retro game hunt in Retro World. Mr. Vader at the back amongst all of the arcade cabs. This is a really nice area. I'm kind of wondering how this is going to be developed, and I think that it's going to be worth keeping your eye on this store to see how it develops. But it's always nice to see shops come up like this. And as you know, I followed James and Gemma, Doorway to Darkness. They opened in COVID when we had like a lockdown, and to see how their store and their brand has grown over the past 2.5 years is fantastic. And for me, as a YouTuber and as a passionate retro gamer girl, nothing fills my soul more, obviously my dog, but video games, and seeing these types of stores pop up and continue to thrive. And it's because of us that make these stores thrive. So I'll link their Facebook page in the description. Go and check them out, and let's continue. Now, if my house wasn't already full of video game mugs, I would have picked one up. Really nice, again, just to see, like, you know, pushing their brand, people pushing their brand. I think it's really cool. Here, I was just checking out some PS3 stuff, PS2, and I believe Xbox 360. Always like to try and kind of put the camera down. It's always easier to do these retro game hunts two-handed rather than one. And people say, get a chest harness. Well, chest harnesses for females are very, very painful. I've already gone down the GoPro route previously, and there was nothing more uncomfortable. So that's why I tend to film absolutely everything on my iPhone 13 Pro, and I tend to be really, really happy with the results. So before we head back to the Lady Lounge then, guys, let's just enjoy the Atari stuff, and here's what I picked up. You're going to see that in a short second, and you'll know because we'll be back in the Lady Lounge. So that is Retro World in Derby. They used to be on 2 markets in Derby, both of which the stores closed down, and now they've got that new store. I'll link their Facebook page if you want to pay them a visit. They are very, very new, and the stock seems to be building. Hopefully that will continue to build. You guys know how passionate I am about retro game hunting, because you've seen over 140 episodes of me going out and about to stores like this. I'm also going to show you guys what I got, so don't you guys go anywhere yet. And yes, I would ask again that you guys just bump that subscribe button, help out by sharing some of the episodes, and yeah, most of all, enjoy. But for now, we're going to say see what I got, and yeah, we'll leave it there. See you in the next one. Let's go to pickups. I need a few seconds of your time to tell you about channel memberships. If you guys want to become a channel member, click join from the main page or the second link in the description. There are 3 tiers, all with different perks for you if you want to become a team member. Thanks for your time. Let's continue with the video.